we're doing really well is we have a really good understanding of the students at our school and what they can do, their strengths, their weaknesses, their challenges as well. So I think there's been a really big shift towards the way that we're planning. We're not just planning these big 10-week units where we're only doing a big summative assessment at the end. We are constantly checking in with our students and particularly checking in with each other, working collaboratively to ensure that what we are teaching the students are understanding. If not, we're reteaching and trying things in different ways. So I think responsive planning is going really well at the moment.
Really good at making sure we're just looking and teaching exactly what's in the curriculum and cutting out any unnecessary things and making sure that we're focusing just on the learning intentions.
A bit of a learning curve, and now I think I'm at the space where I've found a way that works for me. I like to have a bit of structure, so I put some basic sequence of learning ideas in there with some formative steps along the way. So that's how I'm able to keep true to the responsive nature of responsive planning, because I'm checking in all the time and seeing what I need to revisit or perhaps do a different way. But I've still got a bit of structure there to guide me.
The challenges would be ensuring that all students are catered for and planning with teaching partners and making sure it's really collaborative.
I think some challenges with the responsive planning that we've had so far is, I guess, like shifting that mindset and making sure that what we are teaching, we are assessing as well, what we're assessing, what we're teaching. So I think some challenges with some teachers and myself in particular would be maybe that we're trying to assess too many things at once, particularly around in the area of English. So we might be assessing 7 or 8 different things in our guide to making judgment that we're not really spending the time to teach the students properly. We're not giving them that chance to be able to demonstrate that they can do those things. So I guess that's one challenge that we've tried to overcome, is that we are really responding to the curriculum, but we're just, it's that really short cycle, short bursts of learning before students can demonstrate what they can do and then moving on once they've been able to demonstrate it.
Responsive planning has been really good at slowing down the learning and making sure all students are progressing and checking for understanding as we go and implementing strategies for our students.
We have a half-hour non-negotiable session set aside for teachers and school officers to work together with planning, student support, or sometimes some targeted topics. And during that time, the leadership team, along with specialist teachers, take the whole school together for some pastoral time. As a classroom teacher, you have lots of demands on your time after school. So we just had to say, right, Monday and Friday afternoons, straight after school for an hour, that is our time, that's sacrosanct. The only thing I guess that trumps it is an urgent parent meeting.
Making sure that we have a check-in in the afternoons and making a time to meet with each other, using our PPT wisely.
We began looking at one learning area, so we focused on English with writing as the focus, and basically we engaged in some professional development with staff, and then Nick and myself and Kim Higgs worked with the teachers to begin planning using this model.
And asking if they need any support and ensuring that I am always checking in.
I think we do really well in our PLC meetings, and we gather together and we just talk about the students in our class as well, and we are really good at bouncing ideas off each other, as well as knowing the curriculum and knowing like prior learning, as well as how we can extend students. So just bringing them along in our PLC meetings. My team's really positive, and we all have really positive mindsets towards responsive planning. So just being together and sharing ideas with each other, as well as providing feedback to them, showing examples or finding work samples or taking some of their students out and getting some more data around what that student is able to do in certain areas if they may be struggling or they may be needed to be extended in as well.
With my teaching partner, we meet twice a week after school, and we have check-ins to make sure that we're roughly on the same page and see the additional needs of each class and where we're going from there. But as a cluster, the 5-6 cluster, yeah, we meet regularly as a cluster and really just share the wisdom of 4 teachers instead of 1 or 2.